let's say I'm 30 years old. I got 100 grand cash, right? How am I splitting up my portfolio, or how is Josh splitting up that portfolio?
I got to ask, do you have retirement accounts set up? Do you have
Let's assume you do. I don't want to give you the easy way out. No, we're not doing retirement. So you got 100 grand, you're liquid.
100%. So I think for me, you have to establish your financial goals. I think age-based allocation is garbage, first of all. You hear, and especially in the military, you probably know this, they put you into these target date funds, right, where it kind of assesses your risk solely based on age. And in a world where interest rates are so freaking low, that allocation of fixed income is going to kill and drag your return on your portfolio. So first of all, I want people to know, just because your age is just because an age it's not a proxy for risk. I'll say that. It really matters on your goals. But nonetheless, a 30-year-old, I think you guys would agree, I am so bullish on single family right now, or real estate in general. I would say your first goal would be to start preparing for that down payment on real estate. And it gets a little tricky. If you can do it within the next year or two, I would say you do your FHA or your first time home buyer loan. Try and get as little cash as possible down, only because right now in this environment of interest rates, it's negative real interest rates, right? Because it's CPI right now is like 4% interest rates.
Before you go forward, CPI, what are you getting at there? I think just in case someone else doesn't know. Yeah.
Shoot, inflation, right? Everyone's talking about inflation. Oh my God, the sky is falling. I could get into that later, but 4% inflation rate is kind of what people are thinking right now, which is much higher than it's been for a very long time. The thing about that, though, you have to understand is you as a borrower, inflation's a good thing, right? As inflation climbs, that means the money you owe on your debt is worth less and less. So as a borrower in these rates, and given where inflation's at, it makes sense to borrow, but still save your cash. But as far as an allocations perspective, I think your first goal is to get that home in whatever facet you can, 3%. But long-term allocation, my portfolio, how it's set up at 26, I have about 30% real estate, which I really believe in, and then about 65% equities and 5% cash. I don't believe in fixed income right now. I think there's other ways to get yield income on your portfolio. So that's kind of a little bit of a overview, I guess.
Yeah, so let's 30% real estate, 60% equities, but let's go one step further. That can mean a lot of different things.
Yes.
So what does it mean for Josh?
So for me, 30% real estate, I'm almost entirely invested in single family real estate. I've talked about this on my podcast a lot. I think there's a lot of good opportunities, multifamily, but right now, given where institutional money is flowing, I think single family is absolutely going to crush any other sort of real estate asset class. There's a lot of things going there. I think the builders, I was reading a lot of reports. I think building is down 80%, I believe, and builders are just slow to it. They got burned in 2008. And so there's just pent up demand. There's housing shortage that's not going to get cleaned up anytime soon. So single family, I think absolutely should be on your radar right now.
And then I promise I won't keep digging down forever.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
So single family, one of the discussions we talked about in our newsletter this week is historically Frank and I love the 1% rental, right? The $130,000 rental that rents for $1,300 a month, almost impossible to lose money, right? More and more though, we're looking at the $250,000 rental that maybe, the rent on that is maybe $2,000 a month, right? So cash flow wise is tight, but we're looking at it like we really think appreciation or inflation, depending on how you look at it, we think that price is going to raise considerably over the next 5 to 7 years. So as you think about your single family sweet spot, what do you like?
Yeah, so for me, that 1% rule, I hear that a lot in California. That's where all my single family is. It's not happening. The 1% is not happening. So from that perspective, in California has always been more of an appreciation play. And so for me, it's an appreciation play. And then I'll use that equity on a home to buy other homes. And that's what I've done. That's what my family and I have done. We have about 18 single family properties in California. And that's the name of our game. A little bit of cash flow, but a lot of appreciation because, yeah, in California, you know, when you got your medium price of a home, you know, 380, 400,000, you're not going to rent those puppies for, you know, you're not going to get 1%, unfortunately. So I hope that helps a little bit.
Thanks for listening to the Virtual Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Greyline Investments, where we talk about how to find, fund, and finish deals from anywhere in the world.